Welcome to the Kim Sunshine Show with your host, Kim Sunshine, your perpetual business owner who loves to talk to local business owners. And now, here's Kim.
Hi, and welcome to the Kim Sunshine Show. I am the perpetual business owner, and I absolutely love hearing about and talking with new businesses and local businesses. And today I have with me Anna. She's one of the newest members of our BNI group,
Yes.
and she's an interior decorator.
I am AW BetterHomeSpaces, and I'm based out of Palm Coast.
AW BetterHomeSpaces.
Right.
That's fantastic, and you're
Thank
located
you.
right here in Palm Coast.
I am.
How long has your family been in Palm Coast?
We have been, my husband and I have been in Palm Coast since 2019. So we came down here. My best friend lives across the street from me.
Oh, that's
and
the best.
yeah, it's just a lot of fun. So after COVID and after changes in my job at the time, I was working for IKEA corporate.
Oh, so she knows all about furniture.
Yeah.
Like, do you guys put together IKEA stuff?
Yeah, we do. I should tell everybody all you need is a bottle of wine and patience. But
Well, that's a marriage test right there.
It really
I mean,
is.
If you can't put together an IKEA with someone,
It's true. But I worked for them for 23 years. They went through a little bit of a reorganization in corporate during the pandemic. So us oldies could either fight somebody younger for a job or take severance. So we took severance and we came down here and built a house
and started a cool new business.
and started a business. I mean, I studied interior design about 400 years ago.
So
well, no,
you're
not
not
really.
old enough to be 400.
No.
Come
Started
on.
interior design in college. But then, we were in college. I was also a painter. My husband did pottery. And I went to IKEA as a temporary job while I was doing my master's.
And that was how many years?
Right, 20, well, now it's 25. So it was 97 I started with IKEA.
Wow.
Yeah, and I
Wow.
went as an interior designer doing the room sets. And then I spent...
Okay, so those cute,
Yeah.
amazing room
Yep.
sets that they're fitting into like 400 square feet.
Yep.
They're putting a whole thing in there.
Yeah.
You did those designs. So if
I
you
did those.
have an idea of something, if you have an odd or unique space and you need someone to come in, she's got all
I got
that,
it for you.
all that
I got it for you.
experience.
Well-
like how did that come about in IKEA? I mean, were you part of that process where they're like, okay, we're going to do this? Because did IKEA come out of the gate with that? I don't remember.
So, well,
with those small rooms, I don't remember.
They did. It was
What?
always their concept. So they're based out of Sweden. And I was working for a clothing store in the mall. And I was like, I need a job. I need something
What
to
was
do.
the clothing store? Bring us all back.
Gap Kids.
Oh, Gap Kids. Okay,
Gap
okay,
Kids.
we all know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I found an ad in the Star Ledger in New Jersey. In the Star Ledger, interior design, IKEA Elizabeth, $9.50 an hour. I'll take it.
Wow.
So I called, and
that
then
was a lot of money.
that
back
was
then.
well. I met them on a Sunday. My interview was on a Sunday morning.
On a
really
Sunday?
random, yeah. And she hired me at like $11.50 an hour. $11.50 an hour.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I did the interior design in the room settings.
Like the kids would scoff at that today. Like
Right.
that wouldn't even be
$11.50 an hour. I was like, I'll take it. And my husband and I had just gotten married, and we need a job. I need a job.
Gas was under $1 back then.
Right,
Gas
right.
was like $1.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
was
true.
like $1
It's
a
true.
gallon.
So, so I worked as an interior designer for them for a couple of years, and then they promoted me as a design manager, and I did that for 15 years, and I then went to corporate, and I designed and built IKEAs. So I actually built the Jacksonville store here.
You did? I love that. I mean, I
Yeah.
get lost in that store all the time.
All the time. Yeah, I built it. You're welcome. No, you're kidding. I'm kidding. I mean, what was part of the process? So I did a lot of the visual merchandising, which is not necessarily the room settings, but everything else in the marketplace, the warehouse,
displays.
the displays. Yeah, so we're display manager for that. And
Wow.
so
she knows a lot about
did
a
a
lot. So
lot.
do you do corporate design as well?
I did with IKEA. So we did a lot of store planning. So I was a commercial planner. So I did plan a lot of the IKEA stores, and then
Now, you were the one actually saying this is the way everything should be, or were you following the instruction of someone else who said this is the way that everything should
when
be?
I was planning the stores, IKEA has a standard. They're based out of Sweden. They give you a standard.
Yeah.
You make sure you include this and make sure you do that, and it has to be very functional. Blah blah blah. And then we came up with a lot of innovative things for the U.S. So
then you got to add on to
get to add on and
add
like
a flair.
add a flair. And then when I was building the stores, then I was underneath the project leader, and I oversaw all the decorators that came from the U.S. and from Europe, and to make sure that when the store opened, it looked like what you know IKEA to be.
Exactly
Yeah.
what you expect IKEA to be.
We expect IKEA to be. So then after we moved down here, and I said, you know what, I think now I finally came into my own. It's time to start my own business. And so now it's been about 2.5 years that
So you're,
I've been in the
you're
interior design
working
business.
mostly residential right now?
Mostly residential.
Okay.
Mostly residential. I would love to get into smaller, small businesses
So
for sure.
I love when you said what I want to do is just help people beautify their spaces.
Yeah.
And you do it even with people who are on a budget.
Yeah, and that's the important thing. So for me, one thing that I learned from IKEA, there was a saying, and I don't know if I could say it, but they used to say that IKEA was for the many, right? And that IKEA became my culture. I was there for 23 years. I'm 100% Italian, but I always say half of me is really Swedish because I grew up with the Swedish culture. I was 27.
Is that where your haircut comes from?
That's where the haircut comes from.
That's
It's
where
my
the
Swedish.
haircut comes
It's
from.
my Swedish.
I thought she was being like pink.
And my hair was yours 12 years ago.
Oh, really?
Long and black. And I was like, cut it off and make me a blonde. So, right.
So guys, if I show up one day with my hair cut off,
You could.
and I'm short and blonde, because Lord knows,
Right. I used to say, it's
always
just
think
hair.
about
Let's
it.
do
I
it. It's
always
just
think
hair,
about it.
right? And 13 years later, 12, 13 years, I'm still
Well, it
blonde.
looks good on you.
Thank
so
you.
So at least like Pink's out there promoting it. You know, Miley Cyrus.
Miley
totally
Cyrus,
did
right.
it at the same
right.
time.
So, it was, I used to watch So You Think You Could Dance on, remember that show, So You Think You Dance? You ever watch that? I always thought I could
don't
dance.
watch
I always
TV.
thought I could dance.
I'm not a TV person.
Well, it was this dance show.
So can you dance?
No,
Well, we have room.
Well, I can, but you know what they always say, vodka
Well,
tells
if you
can't
go
dance.
to
No.
Elite, Magdalena can
Yes,
teach that
how to
ballroom
dance.
dancing.
I don't know.
salsa
Like we
and-
talked about heels, can't wear heels anymore.
Yeah,
So
you don't have to.
Yeah,
You don't have
but so there was a choreographer, and So You Think You Can Dance 15 years ago or 12 years ago when I did this, Mia Michaels, and she had short hair. Short blonde hair, and I remember standing in front of the TV every time she would talk, and I would click, and I
And
brought
you
her to
were
my
trying to
hairdresser.
get
I'm like,
that
I need you to do this.
That's so awesome.
So that's who I am.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
No, it looks good
Thank
on
you,
you.
thank
wear
you,
it well.
thank you. But
And I love that you have the hoop earrings. So she's like,
Always
I am,
the hoops.
I am girl. I'm 100%
Always
girl,
the
but
hoops.
Just the easiest hairs to. So how long does it take you? Listen. Wait till you guys hear this. How long does it take you to do your hair in the morning? Look, she's playing with it
that's
now.
what I do. I put some stuff in my hair, then I go
A little gel.
Okay, done.
And done.
Done.
That's it. Do you even have to blow dry?
No, I don't know when a blow dryer.
Don't even have to blow
The only
dry,
time we
so
owed a blow dryer was when our little other dog needed. We would give her a haircut and blow dryer. Other than that,
Well, I
yeah.
have to use a
We
blow
never
dryer
use a blow
every
dryer.
day.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's one of the beauties of short hair, and if you can get away with it, it's wonderful in Florida. So you found your people.
I found my people. But anyway, with IKEA, you learn that you design for the many, right? You're going to have your couple that comes in that can only, that's starting out, and maybe they have a budget of $1,000 for
Right.
their living room, right? Or you have somebody that has a budget for $10,000, right?
Right.
And it's all done around smart functional design.
Yes.
Right? And everything is purposeful. Like I'm not going to plan something for you that you're never going to use.
Right.
Right? So I sit down with you, and the most important thing that I ask my clients are, what is your budget? Right? What is your budget?
So so you're saying this is what you do today, but these are some of the influences that you got from
IKEA. Yeah. I mean, honestly, like a lot of what we learned for good functional design is kind of what I've interpreted for my business, because it makes sense.
So when I think of IKEA, I seriously think of just that real modern, sleek look. And it's been that way, I think, since day one. So do you design outside of that, or do you stick with that modern, sleek look?
No. I mean, IKEA was very Scandinavian. They also had some traditional pieces, but I design for you. So I don't design for me.
I love the linens. I love I got my silverware set. It's so funny, and it's not real silver, but I got my silverware set because it's smooth, and I like the straight lines.
Yeah.
But it had a little holder, and I still have my silverware inside that little holder. Not all of them at IKEA had that, but I have been looking around. OCD. Okay, so one fork is gone, and now I want to replace the whole set because
Right.
I'm missing a fork.
Because you know
because
it's missing.
has a little set there but I absolutely love that they had that, and the linen colors. I mean, there's a lot of very natural colors. The wood.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a Scandinavian influence. I'm myself, in my own home, I'm more Scandinavian, more modern. But again, that's almost, I grew up with that,
Exactly.
right? But I have clients that are very modern.
Yeah. Tell us about some of the
some of the design.
Tell us your most colorful client. So tell us about that.
My most colorful client. I have one. So I do a lot of modern coastal, because in this area everybody wants coastal.
Turquoise.
Well, tops are turquoise. Some people want a lot of turquoise. And blues. I've done. I'm working on a Mediterranean style home, like a Spanish style home.
With Spanish tiles.
Well,
they have.
Have
you seen Spanish tiles? Are gorgeous.
So we're doing that in the kitchen, and that's a lot more earth tones. They don't want a lot of color. It's mostly earth tones for them. I had one woman that had a very huge Oriental influence, that her old job took her places where she bought a lot of things from Hong Kong and Asia, but she wanted coastal, so we made up our own, like we called it Asian coastal.
Asian coastal.
Yeah, so
we could do
it's everything.
Fun.
I mean, I'm as much as a chameleon as everybody else that I meet, so I would never try and say, you don't want that, and you want to be mid-century modern like me. I would never ever like it.
So you still are bringing in while you're doing the decor of Asian coastal,
the
new one, but still functional and
always functional. It's very important that I walk away from your house and you're happy because it's yours. Like, I want people to say, oh my God, you nailed it. Oh my God, this is totally me, right? Because nothing feels better than when you throw somebody a design and they go, oh my God, it's everything that I want it to be.
What I wanted.
And it's not who I am, it's who you are, right? So it's very important when I do have my touch base with people to say, do you have a Pinterest account? Because you have a Pinterest account.
Oh, and then
show me what you've been looking at. Show me what you've been looking
smart.
at. What is your budget? And your budget always has to be, what I charge, maybe what a painter, if you think, oh, we have to paint, we have to take this down. Okay, you need a contractor. So you always have to think about a budget.
Are you moving walls and things for people?
Depends
as well?
on the person. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
so it depends.
It could be space. She does it all.
Even if you need me to, I've had tile guys and contractors contact me and say, I have this person who wants to do their bathroom. They have all this tile, but they don't know what to do with it. So I will go in and do an hour consult.
Oh, how nice is that?
And that's everything's got a charge to it, but that's the lowest on the charge. If you just need somebody to come in and confirm what you've chosen.
I am so glad that you're in our BNI group, because I'm here because I'm hearing that you're going to be doing a lot of projects that may require moving a wall. I mean, there's I think we women, we're like, well, that wall can just move.
It happens on the computer. I do the same thing at home.
But I know in our BNI group and having a relationship here with Cornerstone, we have those group of trusted and valued contractors who are able to do all those things. Like if you're doing the tile, Imperial Tile, Antonino's the person to go to install it. But when you're purchasing it, you want to go to Carpet One and see Courtney over there, or Devin or Bill, and they'll take good care of you as far as that goes. But you would actually go and meet them and help them pick out.
I would meet them at Carpet One or wherever else they need to go. Sometimes clients already have everything at home, or sometimes they just want to do paint. I've had clients who just called me and say, "Can you come out and help me pick out paint?
Paint colors.
I want to paint my house white, because white is not white.
White is not white.
So
no,
white is not white.
If
you haven't looked at a fan deck and looked up white, right? Because then you do, and then it's a lesson in white. Well, this white's a little bit cooler. This one's a little bit red. You see the purple in this one. Now it's green, right? So it's a whole color theory thing because as somebody who doesn't see that, it becomes very overwhelming. Yeah. So for a small fee, I'll come out for an hour, give you a color theory lesson, and we'll pick paint for your rooms, right?
Wonderful.
Yeah. So jobs go from as small as that to as big as ripping out a bathroom and redesigning a bathroom.
And are you doing kitchens as well?
Kitchens, bathrooms. I do a lot of IKEA kitchens. And I know people go, oh, IKEA kitchens. My husband and I had IKEA kitchens in 2 of our houses in New Jersey. I stand by IKEA 100% with kitchens. So that if you haven't looked at IKEA kitchens, do that. But that's
they're very cool because they're very functional.
They're very functional.
Some of the built-in islands that I see today, like there's a lot of wasted space. Like, wait a minute, there's a whole additional we can't get to it any of these cabinets or drawers, but there's like this whole centerpiece that's
Right,
just
exactly.
completely wasted. And IKEA would like have it come out and turn into a bed.
Exactly. Right, but also that's my thinking process too. Like when I plan a kitchen or I plan a bathroom or I plan a space, nothing goes unwasted because for me it's like, well, you've got a great you need more storage, you got a great opportunity for storage here.
Exactly.
And it flows and it's comfortable and it doesn't mean that it's, cluttered.
Exactly.
But with kitchens that's primo that you said that, because that's important that every part gets utilized. I mean, there's so many other companies outside of IKEA that retrofit interiors to IKEA kitchens, so it's
okay.
Yeah, that you can actually, I have this 9-inch space. What am I doing? Well, you can make it a pull out and put your spices, or you can make it a pull out for your cutting board.
Gosh,
So
I love those for the spices.
Yeah, I love kitchens.
And for the cookie trays,
Cookie trays,
Those cookie trays have to have their own place. So that's wonderful. So you're helping actually people reorganize their kitchens too while you're decorating with
kitchens and pantries and closets. And
the big, huge color has been gray. Are you seeing that in the past 2 years?
A lot. Gray's on it. Gray's is pretty much. A lot of people still want to do gray. It's kind of on its way out.
What's
white,
coming in? What are you seeing coming as white?
White. So white
contrast, like so that we can have white and black, or
you could. I mean, you could. Like a lot of people, especially around here, a lot of people like a lighter wall. I like a lighter wall. I'm a stark white at home, but only because I like to layer on. I do a lot of wallpaper.
Is that an official color, stark white?
Stark white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who makes
really
it?
bright.
Who
I
makes
make it. I make it.
Okay.
But no. But there are. Again, there are a lot of whites that are warmer. I have clients that say, I want a white, but I want it to be coastal. But so we can pick, depending on your wood, we could pick a warmer white.
So
or
my
a cooler
white color is this ice sculpture. I've got it in my office.
Okay.
I've got it in my house. And in my clients, I'm like, this is the color everybody's loving. So what do you? So you're seeing different shades of white coming out.
Different shades of white. Okay. Wallpaper is huge.
Coming back.
Huge.
Oh my gosh!
I love wallpaper.
Business.
Did you
do that years ago? It was like a whole lifetime ago.
Yeah. Wallpaper's amazing. I'm a big stick and peel, or peel and stick, however you want to say wallpaper. Got it all over my house.
That's not real wallpaper.
No,
okay,
but
it does its job.
It does its job, and
especially you can take it down.
You can take it down, and around here, because we have the orange peel walls here in Florida.
So orange peel is the texture. Of
the
walls?
The textured walls. So I've put stick and peel and wallpaper right on the texture. You don't really tell, but I mean the best way to do it is really to drywall or skim coat, and if you're putting a permanent wallpaper, it's really important that we get the walls right.
Make sure you
way.
Prime it and put sizing on there.
Yeah.
If not, it's a nightmare taking it
down. Yeah.
So do you remove wallpaper too? Do you have somebody who's doing that?
I haven't, but I have we have
John Gilvari with
he does the painting. Yep. So
so if you have wallpaper and you're like, hey, maybe I don't want this anymore, come and talk to Anna. And she'll help you. With your deciding factor, should we go back with wallpaper? Should we do something different?
And
should we
paint.
remove it?
Feature walls are huge. Feature walls, I think, will never go away, at least not in my mind. Where you do kind of your board and batten, which is kind of like a checkerboard, kind of a wall, wood on wood, wood slat walls.
Such a cool look, and I feel like that just kind of came in recently, but I don't know that it's going anywhere.
I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It's pretty classic. I mean, as long as you don't get really crazy, like kind of we're looking at or sound wall here, like where it's different patterns or really, really geometric. I think that if you stick to a box molding, something more classic, it'll stay for a long time.
So those used to be so popular at a formal dining room. I mean, that was below the chair rail. They would always box it off and maybe even put a little emblem in the middle.
Yep.
And when I was doing wallpaper, and we would wallpaper around that, and it just looked so really cool. Anyways, a lot of fun.
Now you do a whole wall like that, and you can do it in your living room, in your bedroom. We have it behind our bedroom, our bed in our bedroom. I've done living room walls, especially now. Fireplaces are huge. Everyone's doing fireplaces with stone or board and batten and fireplaces, but the electric fireplace is huge right now too.
I love the electric fireplace.
It's great. I keep saying for the 3 weeks that we have cold here in Florida, it's
like,
perfect. I want
over.
one now. I want one. Yeah, our winter's over.
3
exactly.
Weeks. 3 weeks, we're done.
Yep, we're
and
done.
During that 3 weeks, everyone will complain.
Right.
So that's so funny.
But yeah, I'm trying to think what else to.
So what about, so you said Mediterranean design. So when I think of Mediterranean, I may be thinking of things differently than you do.
Yeah.
I think of the mandalas with the dots. First of all, I'm thinking of that, but then I'm thinking of very, very bright colors, almost like, have you been down to Margarita Island to eat
I
yet?
haven't yet, no.
Okay, so they have very bright colors on all the walls. They have The light fixtures. I love the light fixtures. I took a picture.
I have to go
so
take
they're
a
all
look,
like
yeah.
rattan.
Rattan, yeah.
Oh, rattan. Oh, you said it nice.
Rattan.
Rattan. Okay, it's rattan. And there's like round ones and straight ones and all kinds of, like a ball, like a cylinder, squares. And that's their lighting. And I just like fell in, I had to take pictures of it while we were there with our foodies group. But the walls are very, very bright. So is that like, what would you consider a Mediterranean design?
It's more of instead of a more Spanish style. So we're talking about Margarita Island, then you're going more towards Mexico and your bright colors. So the Spanish style, then we're looking at like cobalt blues and deep greens.
So more of a rich.
Yeah, rich. So
Jewel tones
and natural wood and tans and browns. And yes, the medallions, but the medallions could be blue, they could be green, or again,
they could be all the colors. Like
right, all the colors of the world. So the house that I'm doing,
I'm a colorful girl, but my house is not like like I'm colorful on my clothes, but my house I like it to be not having a whole bunch of colors. I like that ice
more
sculpture
neutral
going through, and then my accent is the turquoise.
Yeah, and it's the same. Favorite. I mean, it's kind of Mediterranean. What I'm doing with these girls is pretty much the same. It's a very neutral home. But with pops of blue and the jewel tones and the green and some reds.
So how often should somebody update their style in their house? Like what would be the suggested time, or is there a rule of thumb time? Like every 5 years, every 10 years? I know in real estate, like people are selling their whole house in 5 years.
Yeah.
So if you're not going to sell your house in 5 years, that might be a good time to contact an interior decorator.
Yeah.
Or interior designer and just have an update so that it feels like you sold your house.
And it could just be, it doesn't have to be, your whole furniture. It could just be your accessories. But I think people run the risk of when you go into a home and everyone wants what everybody has. So the trends, if you put all your money into a trend, then in 3 years, you're going to look at it and go, ooh, what did I do? That's how I feel. Like, I feel like I should be able to get you that look that everybody else is doing without buying the pieces that everyone else is buying. And then like the gray paint. And then at one point you go, wow, why do I have this?
Why do I have gray?
Why do I have gray everywhere?
So gloomy.
Right. So, I would say
every new house going up is painted gray on
it's
the
just,
outside.
Yeah.
And then everyone's going for the grays on the inside.
Oh, the grays on the inside.
It's just gives that clean feeling. I think with us going through the pandemic, that people really want to feel clean, and now that's probably where the white's coming in too.
Yeah, because again, it's just open and clean, and then paint is so personal too. So you want to make sure that I painted everything white because I wanted time to think about it. So paint is personal. So if you do it all gray, then it's everybody else's gray, right? So everyone's got the same gray. So how often do you update your home? I think it depends on what it is that you have in your house. I mean, if you talk to me, I could update my living room every week. Basically, yeah,
so
every week, basically.
Yours, you give her a call so she can update your living room.
Right, make my husband happy. Make my husband happy. So
if you haven't updated your living room in a week,
call me. Yes, every week, everyone should update their homes. No. I think it has to do with how long have you been in the house. How long have you looked at something and said, oh, my God, I need to change this. Oh, my God, I need to change this. You know what? That might be the time. When you're like, I need to change this. What do I do? Call me. Again, like there's no commitment. I mean, I come out with your consult. Again, I mean, it's $175 for me to come out right now for a consult. So now, today.
Sure.
But it's not a huge commitment. For an hour, I can come out and give you ideas, and then you can either hire me and let me help you do everything, or you can take my ideas and run with it. Exactly. And that's okay too. So it's really just about everyone should have good design. Exactly. Everyone should have good design, and I think everyone should afford it, and I'm okay with just coming out and saying, do this, do this, do this. This is a great idea. And then either you, like I said, you give me the check and I go away, or you call me again and I come back and and do the whole house. So either way,
Is there anything else that you'd like for everybody to know?
I don't know. I mean, one thing that I pride myself on is that you can trust me, and I'm 100% honest. I really am. I mean, and I have that actually I have a facts and policies that I give everybody when they sign a contract or when I give them a proposal, and it says, this is an honest one-on-one, and it really is. I would never say to you or force anything onto you that you didn't want in your home. Right. And I would expect you to turn around and say to me, I really don't like that. And I go, okay. I give you my reasons why I did what I did. I give you my suggestions. I tell you why I think it's good for you. But ultimately, if
It's
you
your
say you don't like it,
decision.
right, it's your
Exactly.
decision. I go, that's okay.
That's
It's okay because for me,
Exactly.
like I want an honest one-on-one
Oh
relationship.
my gosh, yeah. So you don't want the decorator that's like married to their own idea.
No,
How dare
no.
you? And like that's what we see when we look at TV. Like if I remember TV shows that would have an interior decorator, like if you didn't agree with their design,
Right.
like they would take it so personal
Right.
and get hurt about it. And really you need a like I would say that most designers are not that way, but if you are running into someone
Yeah.
that way,
Yeah.
then you're marrying their look and just saying, hey, let you do what you want
Right.
to do, but you're more the hands-on and you want it to be exactly what's going to make them happy.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, like, do I love a client that comes in and goes, do whatever you want? Sure. Right? Sure, I do.
Right.
But still, there are guidelines. I know what it is that you want and what your style is. So you say, just go ahead and do it. That's fantastic. But if I take your guidelines and I take your budget and I give you what I think you want and you don't like it and you say, well, not really, this isn't what I was thinking, we'll do it again.
Right.
I'll do it again. Because you're, again, thinking about budget and money, whether you're spending $1,000 or $10,000, you should still, it's all relevant. So you should be able, I should be able to walk away knowing that you're happy.
Making them happy.
Right.
So at the end of the
Right.
day, if you hire Anna to be your interior decorator,
Yeah.
she is going to make you happy.
It's fun. It's fun. It's something that something that I've wanted to do for the last 30 years. And then, you get got caught up in corporate, got up in raising a family. And, this is my time now to give back and be who I want to be.
I know, right?
So
we get to a certain age, it's like, I'm living my best life. I'm
Right.
doing what fills my heart and
Right.
what makes me so happy. And that's how I
Yeah.
feel with Cornerstone.
and I was Julia Child.
Can you do an imitation of
I
her
can't.
voice?
I can't.
Ah.
But she was 50. She was 50 when she went into TV and started her cooking show. So that always resonated too. When I started this, I was 51. 53 now. Did I just tell everybody my age? I just told you all my age.
That's okay. I think
no, it's fine.
We must be born the same year.
69.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she was 50 when
Girl,
she
we got it.
started.
Like, we made it. Like,
We made it,
look,
right.
When you win in life, like when you get to do
Right.
whatever your passion is, what makes you so, so happy, and maybe it takes us 50 years to figure that out.
Yeah.
But when you're doing it, like you don't have a
Well,
bad day. There's
I
no
think
bad days.
there's no
Doesn't
bad
matter
days
what
because you know why
challenges
we've let go of our ego, right? We've let go to go to
Well,
a whole
there's
other
that. I don't
a whole
know.
like other thing. But you we'll get into a whole metaphysical thing. But we've let go of our ego and we can be and do what we want to
And do
do
exactly what we
without
want to.
without taking things personally and just
Exactly.
giving everybody who we are. So
That's exactly. That's
and there we are. And that's who I am. And this is who I am. You'll always get this. You'll always get this.
I love it.
You'll
I
always
love
get
it.
this. Yeah.
I love it. Anna, I'm so happy.
Thank you so much. This was fun.
That you are here in our area.
I'm so excited.
With all of your IKEA experience, because there are so many people I'm
Yeah.
sure watching right now that love those little rooms in IKEA and
Yeah.
would like to duplicate them. Or even like, hey, I have a room twice as big as that.
Right,
Can we make
yeah.
2 rooms? And she'll make it happen.
I
She'll
can make
come
it
out
happen.
and
I'll make
that
your-
happen for you.
I'll make your room smile and make you smile. I'll let you. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
Let me
Well,
help you.
thanks so much
Thank
for being
you.
on the show today. I
Thanks so
appreciate it.
much.
Everyone
Bye.
have a great day.
Bye.
Okay, we're going to wait 10 seconds. And then the next thing I would like for you to do is if you will look straight at the camera and give your one tip for somebody starting their own business. So that was you in 2019. Give one of the tips that you feel like was the most powerful thing
Okay.
that helped you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hi. My tip for success and for starting your business is always, always give yourself the time to learn. Doesn't matter how old you are or what you did in the past. I was telling you that it was an hour a day, and I still do it. Give yourself an hour a day to learn something new or to relearn something. That was my
That's beautiful.
my tip for success for sure.
Thank you, Anna.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to the Kim Sunshine Show. Here's hope your days are sunshine filled.